Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the LSU versus New Mexico college football matchup on Saturday, September 24th, 2022. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year, College Football Saturday. Here on YouTube, I do tons of free pick videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do free picks every day, sportschatplace.com, pickdawgz.com, right here on YouTube, as well as across social media and our live shows. And when you give out that many free picks, you're bound to like some games more than others. And to find out which games those are, as well as to get best bets from some of the top handicappers in the world today, head on over to our website, pickdawgz.com, click on the Premium Picks tab, and when you're there, be sure to use the discount code WIN15, that's WIN15, get 15% off all of your purchases at sportschatplace.com and pickdawgz.com. But let's get to this one. LSU taking on New Mexico, and the Brian Kelly era underway here at LSU. The Tigers come into this one 2-1 on the season after knocking off Mississippi State as a home dog last week. Meanwhile, New Mexico also enters this game at 2-1. But Brian Kelly still has a mountain to climb in front of him at LSU. Certainly he has coached having less talent than he will eventually have to work with at LSU. But really, LSU had an exodus of players when there was the coaching change. A lot of those guys were very committed to Coach O, who's one of the best recruiters in the history of college football, by the way. And, look at the LSU players in the NFL right now. Just look at the receivers out there alone, and the defensive guys and pretty much everything else. But when you look at at what they have, and not necessarily Brian Kelly's guys. And I think Brian Kelly has never really had a chance quite at this level. And yeah, he was the head coach of Notre Dame, but recruiting with those academic standards to have to live up to, very, very difficult, as the admissions department doesn't really give the athletic program a lot of leeway there, at least not enough to compete for national titles. And then before that at Cincinnati, he was at Cincinnati. He kind of helped elevate that program, but we saw it once they got to the game in the Sugar Bowl against the big boys, against the Gators, they got absolutely waxed. Now the thing is about this one is New Mexico is not a bad team, and they're getting a ton of points in this thing. And with LSU coming off of that big win against Mississippi State, probably a lot of follow through on the betting going on here, and that's why we're seeing such a big number. And I think you look at this as an SEC team versus a Mountain West team, and it's LSU versus New Mexico, so you got to figure that LSU is going to win the football game. But there's a big difference between winning the football game and covering over 4 touchdowns, and that's what it's going to take for LSU to cover. This offense to me looks still very much disjointed at this point, and I think there's still some question marks surrounding it. And I think laying that many points, probably not in your best interest. At least it's not in mine. I'm going to take New Mexico plus the points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. Our betting tools are 100% free in the way they work. They show you just how often all the bets on the board today actually hit. Then they show you today's odds, and from there, you can assess the risk reward, putting yourself on the bets that come in the most often and pay the most. And that's how you make money betting on sports.